Hello, Robotics Notes fans. Happy February 28th, and welcome to the final episode of Robotics Notes Elite Like Animal Crossing. It is 1:28 a.m. And this is the end. I'll probably split this recording into two chunks because it's going to be another 2-hour boy, I imagine. But, this is the end. This is Robotics Notes Elite Like Animal Crossing. Oh, man. Let's load the data. Misaki Pav. The command center inside the central command tower is overseeing countless rocket launches. It's the heart of the TNSC. This is where the main staff gathers to analyze conditions and ultimately make the go, no-go decision for launch. I sit on one of the chairs and stare blankly at a small toy. Fink. I took it from Dad's office. Considering I'm the one who made it, I'm sure you wouldn't mind if I took it without asking. It's already been 30 hours since we occupied the TNSC. The black hole bomb should be loaded and ready to go. Losing the priests hurts, but the 5 staff members I brought for the launch are here. No problem. We invaded with a low head count so we could prevent info about targeting this island from leaking until the end. The more people involved, the higher risk of info getting out. Kokamijima hated leaks. He even kept the info secret from the Committee of 300, his masters, and the Tavistock Institute until the very end. It's working out so far. Wyvern, this is Wizard 1. Operation complete. I fight off my listlessness and stand up. The preparations are all complete. Today the project will be completed. You're poof. Tell me about it. This is Wyvern. Roger that. Half a day until the deadline. Aki, Kai. Please make it in time. And put an end to me. That's not happening. Someone's presence emerges behind me. I need you to get rid of those irregulars. At all costs. That is your final mission. Once that's done, you're free to go. We've done a great job over these last 9 years. Free. By then, 5 billion people will be dead. And isn't that just wonderful? He's getting inside of me. His presence is eating up my body. He's sullying my body and spirit. My fingers and arms stop moving. His will is consuming my consciousness. It feels as if dark, sticky coal tar is being fed into my bloodstream. Like parasites are eating away at the flesh beneath my skin. Like a heated steel pipe is being jammed into the center of my brain. Like a giant snake is wrapping around and strangling me. Ugh. It's disappearing. Whatever was left of Misaki Sinomiya. She's being infected and erased. This curse is constraining me. Aki. Kai. I exit outside. The wind is still strong and moist. But the clouds in the sky are moving along. Through their gaps, I get a peek at the night sky beyond. All units, can you hear me? First go, no-go judgment. Weather is a go. Release the VAB. Begin transfer to the launch point. The largest store in the world is slowly opening. And from its darkness appears a pitch-black rocket. The devil's spear made with the distinct purpose of turning Earth into a blazing hell. And soon, the object of destruction will be launched from the most beautiful launch site on the planet. The mist is clearing. The sky is still dark. I can just barely make out the bloody red aurora. Reporting in! Mason comes running into the hangar. She then calls out to everyone still working there. The rocket has begun moving from the VAB to the launch point. Estimated launch time is X-8 to 9 hours. Mason's report causes everyone to tense up. This info must have come from a JAXA employee hiding near the TNSC. They're monitoring the launch site. All of the JAXA employees, except for Chief Sonomiya, evacuated here safely. But a few brave souls volunteered to go back out there for surveillance. Give us 1 more hour and we'll all be done. Akio-chan, I need more of those screws. Where were the spares again? Furugori, how's the program coming? I'm on it right now. Worst case scenario, I'll update it while it's walking. Hey, I need about 20 male students to load the laser mount onto the truck. There are some folks sleeping in the corner of the hangar, unable to make it through the night. The older women are feeding all of us hot pork miso soup they made by borrowing the local joint's kitchen. There are also multiple cranes gathered here. Tons of cars are parked in front of the hangar with their headlights on to the supply lighting for the hangar. It's ridiculously early in the morning, and yet the once deserted airport is filled with people. I know this is kind of an awkward time to say this, but it sort of feels like a festival. Dawn is coming. The final showdown is approaching. Robot Club, are we all here? Akio is all pumped after glancing at each of the club members gathered in the classroom. Heck, even I feel a little more focused after changing into my uniform like everyone else did. I wish we had a dedicated Robot Club battle uniform or a pilot suit. We don't need anything like that. I guess you can wear one with your leg, Hidaka-kun. No, I just mean that pilot suits are skin-tight. Subaru-kun, were you imagining the girls in skin-tight suits? I was not! I'd rather focus on the boys' crotches. Shocking nobody, Kona-chan is the biggest pervert here. Meanwhile, our pure-hearted Juna has turned bright red. It's probably the correct reaction. Alright, quiet everyone. Modifications to Gun Build 1 have been completed. I'd like to thank you all for your hard work. I planned to say thanks to everyone who helped us out, but I wanted to say it to you guys first. She bows her head to us. Both Subaru and Juna look somewhat proud. As for Frau, well, she's fidgeting about as usual. I think we did everything we could with the time we had. All that's left is to figure out how to fight and how to win. And with that, I'd like to begin the mission briefing for Operation to take back the TNSC. Nason, the map, please. She spreads open a large paper map. 2 of them, in fact. One is of the entire island of Tanegashima. The other is of the Tanegashima Space Center campus. Nason, Michi, and Doc are also present at the meeting. I think you're all aware that the entire planet and mankind itself is at stake. And we have to do something about it. If we lose, 5 billion people die. On top of that, Earth will turn into a planet of death ruled by evildoers. This is a fight that we cannot afford to lose. But it's gonna be okay. Justice is on our side. I know we'll win. Jakin! You guys do it too! Let's get down to business. Fine. Akio's shoulders drop in disappointment for a moment before she recollects herself. I'll have Nason report the latest info on the Space Center. The enemy's rocket is currently located with the BHB. We'll be referring to it as codename Black 1 going forward. Black 1 is being fueled at Yoshinobu Launchpad 1 at the Tanegashima Space Center's Osaki Launch Complex. The estimated launch time is between noon and 1 p.m. There are 5 remaining terrorists that we know of. Nason captured the 4 that raided the old airport. She tried to extract info from them, but they didn't budge. It's safe to assume that all of them are armed. The people who raided Kona-chan's hotel room only had handguns. However, they may be equipped with rifles or sniper rifles too. It seems that all of the terrorists except for one are familiar with how to launch a rocket. Instead of preparing for our assault, they must be focused on getting the rocket ready for launch. It's possible that they have drones too, but even if they did, they should be able to use them for now. So our only real threat among the terrorists is one person. Misaki Sonomiya and her giant hug. Mason nods sharply. The Sumeragi that my sister is on is positioned between LP-1 and the VAB. The enemy's kingpin, Kokamijima, is already aware of our existence, so they'll be ready for our assault. Other than that, the Space Center should be empty. That's a current status of the TNSC in a nutshell, eh? These are the things we need to be aware of as we make our plans. You handle things from here, Subaru. You're the one who summarized everything. Before that, Yashio-senpai, have you heard anything about the anti-Kokamijima virus from your ex-ski contact? No, not yet. We might not have it in time. That's unfortunate. Subaru doesn't back down, however. Judging by his response, it would appear that he wasn't expecting it to be ready from the start. In that case, I'll assume the anti-Kokamijima virus is unavailable. First of all, I identified the following as our victory condition. Prevent the launch of Black 1. We'll divide our forces into 3 groups based on this condition. Unit A will be the team operating gun barrel prototype Model 1 Kai. Super Gun Build 1. Pardon? That's its name. Super Gun Build 1. Subaru. Such nonsense. But we don't have time to argue about this right now. Ahem. Unit A will be the team operating Super Gun Build 1, the Central T Robot Club. Unit B will be the infiltration team led by Tenoji-san. Unit C will be the trucking unit that will charge into the TNSC in case our plan fails. Unit C will be on standby in the back during the mission. Assume they won't have a role to play. We can't rely on their combat capabilities either. Unit C will only mobilize if we have no means with which to stop the launch. If they do mobilize, they'll enter from the west and north sides. Basically, it's a suicide mission. We have to make sure that doesn't come to that. Doc is going to take command of Unit C. Aye, you got it. As you can see, the mission will consist of mainly Unit A and Unit B. The Central T Robot Club's Unit A will raid the Osaki launch complex in a faint... The Central T Robot Club's Unit A, which will raid the Osaki launch complex, is a faint unit. A decoy, so to speak. What? We're going to be bait. Is that a good idea? If we don't defeat Misane, we can't stop the launch. Let him finish, Kai. I shut my trap. Akio and Subaru must have a plan. I personally don't care if I'm bait or not, as long as I get to face down Misane. I already laid out the conditions for victory earlier. Our goal is strictly to prevent the launch of the rocket, not to defeat Misaki Sonomiya and the Sumeragi. Hence, Unit B and its 4 members will be the main unit in this operation. Nason nods firmly. Judging by her response, she's already agreed to this plan. They'll rendezvous with the 2 on-site personnel eyeing the Osaki launch complex and infiltrate the command tower. It's possible that they'll run into armed terrorists, Kokamijima included. We'll be okay. My people are extremely reliable. Inui-san and Kanda-san are policemen, and Habu-san is a firefighter. They're as tough as they come. Not to mention, I'm no slouch. We have a total of 4 handguns that we confiscated from the terrorists. Inui-san and Kondo-san each have their police handguns. We also have 2 submachine guns and 10 grenades we procured from a certain source. Or, what exactly is the source again? What an oddball. Once you make it to the command center, please shut down the rocket launch operation. This is how we win. Understood. Nason is almost too perfect to lead the infiltration unit. She has great combat skills, knows the TNSC facility inside and out, and she's armed. Since there aren't very many terrorists on the opposing side, she won't be outnumbered. However, the hostage might be put in danger. Are we okay with that? Right, the chief of the TNSC, Uncle Sonomiya, has been taken hostage. If they find out about our plan, he could very well be murdered. We don't have time to discuss it. Are you okay with that, Aki-chan? Akio shakes her head side to side rigorously. Of course I'm not. But we're not special forces of the military. We can't come up with a perfect plan. That's why there are things we'll have to sacrifice in order to get this right. All I can do is hope that it'll be okay. Akio is obviously doing her best not to let her personal feelings leak out. She's biting down tightly on her lip and her hands are clenched into tight fists. She's trying desperately not to think about the possibility that her father may be murdered by her own sister. Which is why I opt not to pry any further. Moving on. In order to avert their attention away from Unit B's actions, we'll need Supergun Build 1 to make a huge scene. Supergun Build 1 will march from the old airport all the way to the TNSC. Couldn't we just truck it nearby? Supergun Build 1 can't stand on its own. If it gets attacked mid-transport, we'll be completely screwed. Which means that we should just walk it all the way there. I know it sounds lame, but since we have a good idea of when the rocket will launch, we don't have to rush. It'll serve as something of a trial run. Fudogori also hasn't finished updating the programming. Besides, if we make a show of our approach like that, they'll be distracted by Supergun Build 1, right? And it'll make it much easier for Nason's unit to sneak in. The Sumeragi is currently at the Osaki launch complex, but it may move up to meet us in combat. In which case, we'll have the upper hand. I get it. It'll leave the TNSC defenseless. By the way, I don't plan on coming out even with Misane. I'm going to beat her. Is that cool with you? Think you have what it takes, escort? Doc had been patiently listening up until now. He has a big grin on his face. Not too shabby, kid. Thanks. There's no problem with you beating Sumeragi. You can win, Kai. Justice is on our side. I also believe that you can win. Huh? Didn't expect Subaru to agree. Figured he'd tell me to stop while I'm ahead or something. Of course, Subaru doesn't end there. However, that's only if we're dealing with Sumeragi. What are you getting at? The chances of you defeating Kaminagi are exponentially low. This is why I designated Supergun Build 1 as bait. He's right that there's a huge gap between our basic capabilities. I don't like it, but I'm glad Subaru is able to maintain his cool through all of this. Then if we're dealing with Kaminagi, my skills as a pilot are going to get pushed to the limit. That in and of itself gets me hyped, so it's all good. It does piss me off, though. Let's talk about Model 1. How's it been modified? Subaru nods. Its legs now use monopole motors, so its walk speed is far faster than the OG's, even if it's not Model 2 fast. The biggest change is that we've removed its arms. Huh, so you did cut them. They were just decorative after all. The brass doesn't... Said that yesterday too. Ugh. You removed the arms and attached a pile bunker, yeah? Correct. It's Doc's special build. Just one for now. It's on the left arm. The second one is still being tuned. It's not ready yet. It'll be complete in a couple hours. Once done, we'll catch up to you via truck. We'll be equipping it on the way there. Can we do that? The attachments are pre-installed. All we gotta do is put it on. Of course, it'll require crane operation and professional operators. Right now, Gun Build 1 is equipped with a sandbag to act as a counterweight to maintain balance. It looks crazy ugly. It's huge progress that Nochiiyo is able to recognize that. We installed a servo motor on the shoulders for angle modification, but it can only be adjusted for 3 settings. The default position is facing down. This is the position you'll return to after firing. Next is a 45-degree angle. This is if we're dealing with Kaminagi, so we may not have a use for this. We'll see about that. Lastly, 90 degrees. This is for fighting Sumeragi. Is there a limit to how many times we can use the pile bunker? It depends on your power supply. It eats up a lot of energy. It won't be a problem if power is supplied constantly and in real time by a laser transmission. But be careful if you're operating on battery power. The laser gun will be loaded onto Nagafukara-sensei's truck, which will follow behind Super Gun Build 1. However, things are going to get rough during combat, so please don't expect the robot to be powered consistently. Also, keep this in mind if you're going to attack using the pile bunker. When you fire it, it'll recoil and most likely cause deformations to the robot itself. If that happens, it's useless. Depending on the circumstances, you may only be able to use it once. Don't forget that. Got it. The pile bunker is tuned strictly for firepower. However, it's not powerful enough to destroy Sumeragi's armor. In fact, if it hits somewhere durable, Super Gun Build 1 is the one that'll be incapacitated, as Doc said. I read up on Sumeragi's specs, and even if we took out one of its 6 legs, we wouldn't be able to stop it. That's probably why it has 6 legs. And because of those things, it won't be easy to launch a close-range attack on its torso. However, there is one exception. In spider terms, it'd be where its eyes are. The FOS is located there. The finger operating system, yeah? Correct. In essence, it's the brain that controls the movement of the 6 legs. If we can take that out, we can incapacitate Sumeragi. Think you can manage that? It'll require impeccable aim. I've got no choice. I'm not in a position where I can choose what I can and can't do. I just gotta do it. The problem is that Sumeragi has a projectile attack. We've got to figure out how to deal with its missiles. Furugori can speak to that. The info we got from Iriton was soups useful. We'll use the DG297 app that Sawada-kyun sent us yesterday. Everyone has already installed it on their phone droids. That's all, folks. Questions? Hey, Frauboat, you didn't actually explain everything. Basically, we're going to blind the missiles? Oh, blind the missiles. In order to do that, we have to do it. All we have to do is place geotags all over the Osaki launch complex. That's it? Really? DG297 is an app that was created to function like Itero. It can see Itero geotags as well as place them. We have Frau explain to us the effect that placing geotags has on the missiles. This method gives us the ability to engage in hand-to-hand combat without worrying about them. It's very Gunvero-like that we don't have any projectile weapons, but this helps us close the gap in functionality. This way, I can bust the FOS with the pile bunker and disable Sumeragi. We have a chance. Looks like we won't have to worry about missiles hitting the Thunder Emperor. Even without the missiles, it's not going to be easy to closing in on Sumeragi. And remember, if we lure it into hand-in-hand combat, each of its front legs is equipped with a blade. Those are what destroyed Model 2. Well, I'll just have to deal with those using my skills. Should you really be taking them so lightly? Even if one of those blades hits Super Gun Build 1's body, you're dead, Yashio-senpai. A tense moment of silence. Come on, I don't suck that bad. Besides, I have a plan of my own. A plan? I have a special ability called Slow-Mo. For those of you who don't know, it looks like I'm having a panic attack. When slow-mo occurs, my reaction speed gets 10 times faster. Thanks to this little device, I can trigger it on command. I point at the electromagnetic wave irradiation device sitting by my feet. The circuit board I got from the local hall yesterday has already been inserted. I tested it out myself earlier and it worked like a charm. Let's say that my current reaction speed is pretty OP. Kai. Anyways, I can somewhat cover for Super Gun Build 1's flaws with my own abilities. Like Subaru said at the start, it should be enough to take down Sumeragi. The problem is Kaminagi. If it gets deployed to buy time, then we're screwed. As far as raw capabilities are concerned, we lose 0 to 10. We have no chance. That's why I didn't object to Nasan's Unit B being the primary strike force. Even if we manage to drag Kaminagi out, don't push yourself too hard, Kai. If they want to buy time, we can play that game too. That's right. Leave the heavy lifting to me and my people. Roger that. That said, I'm not looking for a draw here. This is a fight to determine who's the best in the world. Isn't that right, Misane? That's everything. It's time for me to announce the positions for Unit A. Super Gun Build 1's pilot will be Kai. Duh, I'm not yielding that to anyone this time around. Behind him will be Michi driving the Thunder Emperor. Got it. The power source vehicle will be pulled by the Thunder Emperor. Mitsuhiko, you best drive smoothly. I know. I told you, I always follow the speed limit. Pro tip. Plus, I'll be live streaming all this to the world, so no worries. Michi likes to record everything on video. I've never actually seen any footage he's taken, though. The mount for the laser transmission gun will be on Thunder Emperor's bed. Jun, you'll be operating it. Us? Try not to get tossed off the truck, okay? Us. Frabo, you'll be sitting in the passenger seat of the Thunder Emperor, so you can update Super Gun Build 1. Excuse me? We need you to focus on programming. Plus, you don't even have a scooter license, Fraubo. Don't blame me if the seat gets covered in barf. My driving isn't that bad. Silly man. Doc and I will remain here to finish tuning the second pile bunker. Right, meet up with us later. In charge of Unit A will be me, Akio Sonomiya. Hello? Should I take that as a no? What are you saying? It means no one objects. Hey! Well, you are the president. I suppose I'll let you have the spotlight this time. I don't think anyone else can be the commander except you, Akiho-chan. New genre is born. Clueless Commander-in-Chief. I like it. We're counting on you, President. Yeah, right. Okay, everyone, let's huddle. Akio loves getting physical like this. Despite usually being annoyed by our antics, not a single one of us disobeys. Let's win this thing with the power of our dreams, courage, and friendship. Everyone, all together now. The Central T Robot Club, Blast of Spirit, Yoraiki! Yoraiki! Well, that was a wee bit embarrassing. But oddly enough, I think it's helped all of us feel like we could do this. By the time I get back to the old airport, the sky has begun to brighten. Oh shit. Oh shit. I've got some time until Super Gun Build 1 deploys, so I head out to the runway. I spin around in place and take a look up at the sky. Pretty soon the morning sun will rise from the city side. I can't see the sun peeking out from the horizon. But the winter morning air is fresh as ever. Maybe it's because of all that rain last night. Although it's a little chilly, breathing in the cool air calms my nerves. I place one hand on my hip and down a bottle of fruit sour melon. They don't sell these in Tokyo, so I was constantly drinking Skull over there. Akiho was happy about it, but I was craving fruit sour melon the entire time I was over there. I chugged the bottle, all the while thinking to myself that this is kind of like my own personal Last Supper. It's then that I catch Akiho heading toward me from the hangar. Heyo, Kai. She waves at me. Are the preparations complete? Almost there. I see. Silence. The two of us stare at the eastward sky in complete silence. Akio starts to give signs that she wants to say something, but for whatever reason she can't seem to put it to words. I actually had something I wanted to tell her, so I opt to go first. Aki-chan, take this. I pulled out the controller for the electromagnetic wave irradiation device. But Akio doesn't take it from my hand. If I press this, you'll get an attack, right? Yep, that's the idea. I can't press this. I know better than anyone else how painful your attacks are. That's exactly why I'm giving it to you. I'm entrusting this device to you, Akiho, Aki-chan. I face her and look directly into her eyes. Aki-chan, don't look away. Kai. When I tell you to press it, you can't hesitate, no matter what. But, promise me. I need this in order to beat Misane. You told me yourself, right? Beat Misane. I intend to keep that promise. You need to promise me too, Aki-chan, right here and now. Promise that you won't hesitate to press the button. Kai. Promise me, please. Otherwise, I won't be able to pilot that robot with any sort of peace of mind. But you're the only one you're the one who always says you don't trust me. Which is exactly why I'm trusting you for the very first time today. Ugh. Akio silently takes the controller. Thanks. Hey, Kai. Just don't overdo it. I know I might not have the right to say this since I'm the one who forced you to pilot the robot, but if you were to get hurt, or something even worse happens, I get it. I know I could die. I can't bank on Misane taking it easy on me. The battlefield we're about to head into isn't a playground. If I lose you, I won't be able to handle it. Come on, that isn't the face a president should be making before our final battle. I know. Akio rubs her eyes. I force out a bitter smile. Hey, Aki-chan. Got any candy? What? Candy. Jeez, Kai. Yeah, I got one. Akio smiles and pulls a space candy from her shirt pocket. Thanks, I'll pay you back later. I take it from her, and our fingers touch. Oh, and think I can get a blessing from the goddess of victory? You know, like a kiss. I'm a big fan of this one moment where Aki just dumbly stares at you for a little bit. Aki-chan? Blah! Are you what? What huh? It has to be you, Aki-chan. While fidgeting and facing down, Akiho takes one step toward me. Bravo! She looks up at me and closes her eyes. I can see that her lips are slightly trembling. She's totally nervous. It's adorable. Not that I can talk. My heart's pounding. I take Akio's hand, and our lips meet. Just a light touch. The moment her lips touch, I can feel her hand tremble. But then she squeezes mine in return. We look at each other. Tastes like melon. She says, I don't know why I did that in that weird, like, aggressive whisper. Well, I did have a fruit sour melon earlier. Kai. For the longest time, let's save that for after the battle is over. But isn't that totally a death flag? Death flag? Are you kidding me? There's no way I'm gonna lose. Who do you think I am? I'm the second best in the world. Number 2. I know. I believe in you. At that moment, the bright morning sunlight flashes across my eyes. The sun has risen, marking the beginning of the day of the final battle. The rain clouds from last night have vanished. Today's gonna be nice and sunny. There's no turning back. Everything ends today, for better or for worse. Kai, take care of Misa for me. Someone said that this is a battle to save the world. Oh shit, we're at the OP. Someone said that the hope of all of humankind rests on our shoulders. But I don't care about any of that stuff. This is just to satisfy my own impulses. Who wouldn't want to fight their greatest rival in a situation like this? It's crazy exciting, isn't it? Couldn't care less if people think I'm being rash. It doesn't matter to me. All I care about is beating the number 1 in the national rankings and going beyond them to the top of the world. What's beyond that? Nothing. Nothing at all. But even then, I still want to see it. No, that's exactly why I have to see it. After all, I'm no hero. I'm no soldier. I'm not even the protagonist of a robot anime. System link online. Mic test. Kai, say something. Nochiiyo. Loud and clear. Everyone say something. Testing, testing. Us. I feel a great sense of unity. Something big is about to happen. I know it. Yup, okay. Kai, is your phone droid plugged in? It's the red cable. One step ahead of you. By the way, why red? I'm guessing it's one of your bits, Aki-chan. Because it makes it go 3 times faster. OS, system boot complete. Terra stable. Can you see my face? Nice and clear. All servo motors less than 1% error from home position. Electric supply all green. It says the power generator can run continuously for 13 hours. More than enough time. Actuators all green. Gyro sensor, auto balancer, no issues. Skip checks from number 9 to number 16. Wait, are you sure that's okay? Don't underestimate me. Who do you think I am? My bad, kid. Alright, next. Activate DG-297. I'm gonna sneeze. Activated. Left to right laser scanners, all green. Now loading perimeter map. 3 meters, 5 meters, 7 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters, 20 meters. Maximum range. Topographical assessment, AI functioning properly. No problem, everything's fine. Go ahead with the camera test. Testing 360-degree camera. Kai, did you fasten your seatbelt? Of course. Seat lock release. Just spin around, alright? Camera link confirmed. I'm getting dizzy. I confirmed it on the monitor too. Coordinate anchor. Stand by. Okay? Hold up. Adjustments complete. Go ahead. Coordinate anchor. Concur. Could you stop using weird expressions like that? But I refuse. Okay, no fighting. Alright, checks complete. And now the weather report for today, February 28th, 2020. Irie? The Akashima region of Akashima, Tanegashima, northeast winds. Strong southern winds later. Clear skies. Wave height, 1.5 meters. Air temperature, high of 14 degrees. Low of 10 degrees. Chance of rain, 10%. That's all for today's weather report. Well, thanks for the valuable information. Of course. That's everyone in the robot club, right? I at least wanted to do a walking test if possible. We're gonna go into this unrehearsed because we didn't have time for that, right? You good? We knew that was the case from the start. Don't go and call things off now. Condition, all green. The final call is a go. Kai, do you see that? Over towards the hangar. Everyone's here to see us off. Everyone from our school, the town, and JAXA. They even made a banner for us. They've entrusted the Robot Club with their futures. Can you hear them? Kai, let's come back together. Phew. Now then, this is where my game starts. After all, I'm no hero. I'm no soldier. I'm not even the protagonist of a robot anime. I'm a fighting game player. Gunbarrel, take off! It's been about 15 minutes since I started walking. I had trouble getting past the narrow road to exit onto NH58, so I'm still lumbering through Nakatane-cho. Kai, how does it feel in there? I face my phone droid downwards and see Akio riding ahead on her scooter. The posture control system is properly identifying her as a frontal obstacle. I need to make sure I don't step on her. My butt hurts. My shoulders too. Why are you talking like that? Because the shaking is ridiculous. Each time I take a step, the impact causes my butt to rise up off the seat, then immediately slams right back down onto it. If I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, I'd be mincemeat. Couldn't we have gotten a better chair? We didn't have time to replace it. Well, damn. I'm gonna get sick if I stay here for too long. Got so many hours on KB, first-person fighting game, that I figured I didn't get motion sickness. But I don't know about this. Also, it's a bit hot. Even though it's winter? It's probably because of the laser beam transmitter. The parabolic antenna for the laser beam electrical transmission is right behind the cockpit. The laser beam's trained on it this entire time. But, there's no chance of it cutting into the cockpit by accident or anything. Don't worry. It'd be a real problem if it did. Just then, I happened to see the older ladies at B Coop waving their hands at us. It's a little sad that we can't wave back. The auto balancer is operating normally. With only 6 motors, I can't do delicate walking over its dead body. I was prepared for that. The image in my head of last summer's Model 1 test is still alive and well. Back then, all I could feel in the cockpit was the sound of an engine and creepy grinding of metal. didn't really feel the vibrations that much. So I guess I just assumed that it wouldn't be an issue in Super Gun Build 1. Turns out those vibrations have become my mortal enemy. With it shaking this much, I could start making command input mistakes. Model 1 was fine because all I had to do was push a couple buttons installed inside of the cockpit. But Super Gun Build 1 is equipped with a kill ballad system. Just walking like this requires constant input of the advanced command. I wish it had an auto mode. It's fine right now since I'm just walking, but it's going to be an issue when I have to face Misane. We're talking one of the most basic elements of winning in a fighting game. Eliminating input errors. Super Gun Build 1 is the same in that respect. But the inside of the cockpit is hardly the best environment for that. It's too late to switch to remote operation now. Yeah, I know. Let a man grumble. I'm going to be walking to the TNSC for several hours. I'll just have to get used to the shaking with the time I have. I'll try adjusting the walking motion a little. I'll do my best to reduce the vibrations as much as I can. You're a lifesaver. Everyone should know that I'm updating the program as it walks isn't possible for normal people. In other words, Frau-chan is a Terra genius. Yashio-senpai, I'm expecting a 2-hour collarbone-looking extravaganza after this. Koto-chan, please. Yeah, Fraubo, you can't do that. Grr. Then you can use my collar. Sexual harassment sensei can drop dead. The fine women of the PTA will make sure you never teach again. Let's talk about collarbones and more adjustments. I just can't help myself. Yeah. Frau reluctantly says before going quiet to immerse herself in her work. Hee-ho, you're all so much fun. Ah, that's right, Irie's a part of Unit A. She joined at the last minute, insisting she come with us. Akio gave the okay eventually. She might actually be as stubborn as Akiho, despite her appearance. Irie, if you're cold, you can trade places with Fraubo whenever you want. Irie's sitting in the bed of the Thunder Emperor. She's acting as Juna's support. I'm fine for now. I see the Ire General Store to my side. It causes me to resemble Mizuka-san, and my chest tightens up. Still need to deliver her last words to Misane. Aki-chan, we're going to just keep heading south on Highway 58, right? Yep, straight to Minamitane. Then turn left at Kaminaka intersection. Can this robot make it down the slope there? I'm kinda scared. Sure hope it does, considering how many hills are between us and the TNSC. Tanegashima may appear flat, but it has a lot of minor ups and downs. I sigh and open one of the fruit sour melons I snuck into my pocket. I gulp it down. I still have 5 left. There's a knapsack at my feet. There, along with the electromagnetic wave irradiation device. Actually, it'd be real bad if they leaked out and broke the device. I hurriedly take the bottles out. But due to the vibrations, leaving them out in the cockpit causes them to roll all over the place. Hey, what should I do if I need to use a toilet? Super Gun Build 1 is incapable of crouching down. Back at the old airport, I got into the robot while I was lying down. Dangerous, I know. There's a rope ladder for emergency exiting. But you're not strong enough to climb that thing, right? Right, you are. You'll just have to hold it. Maybe you should have worn a diaper. I guess I'll cool it on the drinks. Super Gun Build 1 nears its first real obstacle, the downhill slope by the Nakatane town office. Can this thing handle slopes? No problem, everything's fine. The auto balancer and the gyro are both working normally. It has wheels on the tips of its feet, right? Don't tell me it's gonna trip because of those. Well, of course not. I wouldn't make such an elementary mistake. However, give me the minimum speed, please. Take each step carefully, thanks. Just keep in mind that if the robot falls over, you're not gonna come out of it unscathed. Be careful. I glance over at the shock absorber. It's just a cushion haphazardly stuck to the cockpit wall. I'd rather not get squished. Despite my unease, I input the advance command and proceed down the hill. I can hear the sounds of creaking metal beneath my feet. I can tell that the servo motors are spinning their gears as hard as possible. I know it was my choice to pilot this thing, but I can't help but somewhat regret my decision. Oh, it's Subaru POV. By the time Doc and I catch up to the car, Super Gunbuild 1 is in Minamitane-cho. It took a little under 3 hours to get here. To think it'd take this long to cover a distance a car could travel in 15 minutes or a scooter in 30. We knew this would be the case ahead of time, but man, we're cutting it close. Right now, Super Gunbuild 1 is stopped in the middle of the road. A large crane vehicle is next to it as workers hurry to attach a second pile bunker. Before the robot left the old airport, the left pile bunker was already attached and tested. That leaves the right one. Doc's buddies are doing the heavy lifting, way more efficient than us amateurs doing it. As expected, with several people working together, it's a process that takes less than 10 minutes. Very impressive. Kai, it's attached. The Prez contacts Yashio-senpai waiting on standby in the cockpit through her phone droid. Alright, time to reboot. Senpai restarts the robot. Yashio-senpai's phone droid and Super Gunbuild 1's systems are unified. Reboot complete. There are more commands now. It's the same as Gunveral's straight right. Got it. Yashio-senpai is able to follow Furugori's explanation with little context. Also, we added a gimmick, just in case. What do you mean by that? You can only use it once, and once you do, the pile bunker will be useless. Make sure you get the timing right. So what exactly is the attack? Gunval Ankh Striker. I reply in the same fashion as Furugori. Huh? And Yashio-senpai grins like he immediately understands. Gunviral's most powerful finishing move, the Gunval Ankh Striker. I know Yashio-senpai will make good use of it. As far as I can tell, though, through the monitor, he's looking like he's in good shape. I figured he'd have vomited once or twice due to the shaking, but I'm relieved to see he's adapted. I'll be joining you from here on. Yashio-senpai will also be testing the pile bunker we just attached. Doc is going back to the old airport with the others and the crane. They'll be forming Unit C in the rear. The workers leave us with words of encouragement as they head out. Alright, Subaru will get the Thunder Emperor. Sorry, Irie, but can you help him get into the truck bed? Okay, no problem. Yukifune-san and Daituku-senpai both extend a helping hand. With their assistance, I managed to get into the truck bed. Subaru-kun, is your leg doing okay? Of course not. If I bump into anything, it hurts so much I can barely stand. Gah! What's wrong? This is bad. He bumped his leg against the gun mount. I think he's unconscious from the pain. I'm okay with you writhing more. I can use this for my delusions. Are you okay, Hidaka-kun? I'm alright. Yukifune-san and Daituku-senpai gently rub my back, but obviously that doesn't do anything to lessen the pain. I'm grateful, but I can't summon the strength to offer any words of thanks as I grit and suffer through the pain. Just use your guts and willpower to make it through. I doubt that's gonna help. Kai, I'll run the test in Subaru's place. First, from a standing position, try shooting the right pile bunker at 90 degrees. After that, we'll test it while walking. Jun, be sure to keep the laser beam aimed at the antenna. Got it. Daisuke-senpai moves away from me and takes hold of the laser gun mount. Test firing the right pile bunker. Above my head, the pile bunker powerfully ejects from its cradle. Motion confirmed. Man, that recoil is nuts. If I use the left and right ones in succession, are we sure the cockpit isn't going to come off? Remember, attaching these things was a rush job. Finally settling down. My leg is still throbbing, but I can still talk. Doc made them on his own without thinking they'd be attached to Supergun Build 1. Your concerns are completely valid. Whoa, hold up. Then is it okay to use them? And what? That's what these tests are meant to determine. What will we do if we find out they're too dangerous? Come on, say something. I decide to answer honestly. It's impossible to make power output adjustments to the pile bunkers at this stage. But why even bother testing them? To roughly estimate how many shots the body can endure. That's about it. Oh, okay. If we can guesstimate the limit, we can use that as a reference for how to fight. Make sure not to hit that limit, got it? They were forcibly attached to what might as well be a paper mache. There isn't much we can do about the attacks being life-threatening. But judging by the test just now, we won't have to worry about it exploding after one use. Alright, resume your advance. When Supergun Build 1 starts moving, the small truck I'm riding in starts up as well. I look up at the robot's large back from the truck bed. I need to see this through the end with my own 2 eyes. No, I want to see it through. As one of the people who helped create Supergun Build 1, and as a member of the Robot Club. Oh man, we're at the TNSC. Kai, stop for a bit. At Akio's orders, I stop inputting the advanced command. My shoulders are stiff. I've lost almost all sensation in my butt. Repeatedly inputting the same command for hours isn't hard, but the shaking is really getting to me. But finally, after nearly 5 hours, we've arrived. The gate is open. The gate to the Osaki launch complex always has a guard. Entrance is forbidden for unrelated personnel. But right now, there are no guards. The gate is wide open. Up ahead awaits Misane and Kokamijima. The rocket loaded with the BHB is supposed to be launched in less than 30 minutes. Just 2 months ago, we were here building Model 2. Then we got kicked out after it was revealed that the TNSC will be launching its first rocket in years. I never even dreamed back then that we'd be returning here like this. Talk about a twist of fate. I'm kinda hyped. This is Tenoji. Nason, what's the situation over there? I've rendezvoused with the... whatever, how do you pronounce that? With the observers. We're all in position. We know the X time now. X time is 12:27. I repeat, the X time is 12:27. We have a little over 30 minutes left. Understood. Sounds like we're really cutting it close. If we had spent even another hour on maintenance and improvement, we wouldn't have made it in time. We're also fortunate that the enemy didn't attack us along the way. It looks like Misane and her team are focused on defending the launch site. Once Supergun Build 1 enters combat, we'll charge in as well. Everyone in the Robot Club, good luck. You guys be safe too. Okie dokie. I take a deep breath. I also stretch my arms and loosen up my body. I bend and extend my knees in the narrow cockpit. Nobody's said anything since Nason's report. Even Michi put a lid on his pro tips. With the decisive battle ahead of us, everyone is probably nervous, trying to calm their hearts and minds. To be honest, I'd kinda hoped some adults would step in and save the day. I mean, the military and police exist for stuff like this, right? Oh, and SWATA never got back to us. I guess the anti-Kokamijima virus didn't make it in time. Regardless, out of everyone on Earth, the only people in any position to stop the rocket launch is us. We're the only ones who made it here. There's no turning back now. We're not allowed to stop here. There's only 30 minutes until the rocket launches, leading to the deaths of 5 billion people. In that half an hour, the fate of all of humanity will be decided. We're cutting it damn close. This is our last chance. But I couldn't care less about that. If I focused on that, I'd never be able to beat Misane. And I will defeat her. I'll become number 1. That's my one and only victory condition. Alright, everyone. I'm gonna take up a quick break. Just for a little bit. Stand up, walk around, because it has been over an hour. And when I come back, we'll finish this. I'm back. You thought you could get rid of me. No. Listen up, everyone. The first to open his mouth and break the silence is our delinquent advisor. Your teacher has a pro tip for calming your nerves. Write down the kanji character for person 3 times in the palm of your hand and swallow it. That's really not a pro tip. Either way, you better not show your ass out there, Yashio. I'm live streaming this out to the entire world right now. We're getting messages of support not just in Japanese, but in English, French, Portuguese, and Arabic. Wait, what? Nobody told me about this. Anyway, what that means is that right now the entire world is on your side. Akio's expression grows serious. Everyone, are you ready? If we follow the plan, we can win. We don't need words anymore. I can tell just by looking at my phone, at everyone's faces through my phone droid. 1 second, I just realized something. 1 second. Okay, cool. Good. We're ready. Aki-chan, give the order. Akio-chan. Press senpai. Prez. Aki-chan. Alright. Super Gun Build 1. Attack! Oh man. 14 minutes. As I advance up the gentle uphill slope, my field of vision suddenly widens. This is the Osaki Launch Complex. This is where countless rockets have been launched. Despite the absurd situation we find ourselves in with the fate of humanity on the line, I can hear the sound of waves in the distance. It's tranquil, with not a person in sight. Nothing has changed from the usual peaceful atmosphere of Tanegashima. On the launch pad, Black 1 stands tall, set to launch in 15 minutes. It's much bigger than I expected. Now that I think about it, it's the first time I've seen a rocket up close and personal. And next to it is a large black spider, its protector, Sumeragi. It doesn't look any different from the one at the expo. Is Misane in there? I don't see any other people. Misane should have a few terrorist comrades left. Mason must be right, and they're focused on launching the rocket. In other words, if we defeat Sumeragi, most of our problems will be solved. This is a true 1 versus 1 match. A classic fighting game situation. Now then, how's she gonna move? Allow me to warn you. Misane's voice echoes throughout the launch site. Misa! If you advance any further, I will kill you all. Kai, Aki, please don't make me do this. Just turn back now. No way! Akio shouts. We're here to beat you, Misa. We're gonna take you down and save you. Don't even try to get us to back down. In response to Akiho, Misane says nothing. Well done, Aki-chan. Now that's what I'm talking about, little Sinomiya. No, Akiho. We knew from the beginning we wouldn't be able to talk things out. That much was just made clear to us again. Our enemy is serious. If we don't take them out, we're dead. Which is why I'm getting mad hyped. There's already adrenaline running through my veins. Everyone, stick to the plan. Me, Subaru, and Irie will neutralize Sumeragi's missiles. Michi, drive and stay hidden behind Super Gun Build 1. Keep the Thunder Emperor away from the missiles. You want me to drive safely? Got it. Jun, use the laser mount to keep supplying power to the robot. Things are gonna get intense, so good luck. Us. Kai, the longer the fight drags on, the more of a disadvantage we're at. We only have one chance. Got it. Still have the space candy I got from Nochiiyo before setting out. I'd kept it in my pocket the whole time. I take the wrapper off and pop it into my mouth. The refreshing mint flavor feels like it's flowing through my nose. It stimulates my brain. Combat mode. I isolate myself from outside information. I focus all 5 of my senses on the monitor in front of me. We're all going home together. Got it. Commence the operation. Hell yeah, let's do this together. Together. Let's do this, Tajirine. Round 1, fight. I input the advanced command. Super Gun Build 1 takes a single step towards the black spider. It instantly responds. Its 6 legs shake and start to wriggle. Looks like she's ready to meet us in combat. Kai, don't stop no matter what happens. Just close the distance. Not that I need to be told. Sorry, but the only thing I see now is that spider Misune is riding. A missile pod comes sliding out of the spider's torso. Crap, it really does have missiles. Here they come. Super Gun Build 1 has no armor. If it takes a direct hit, it's instant death for me. Nonetheless, I input the advanced command. The missiles spew flames on their ends. Misune starts by firing 2. They're aimed directly at me. A direct course, even. I ain't stopping for nothing. I continue to move forward. The moment I take another step, the 2 missiles suddenly change directions. The robot's frame shakes from the shockwave of the blast. Whoa! I almost dropped my phone droid on the floor. Crap, if I break this thing's screen, it's all over. As for the missiles, they collided with the wrong targets. One hit a nearby embankment, the other a building. The AR decoys seem to be working. Alright. Everyone, keep sticking geotags everywhere. I can tell just by looking at the screen. New geotags are being stuck in real time all over the Osaki launch complex. 10, 20, 30. After just a brief amount of time lag. Each geotag spawns a gun barrel the same size as Super Gun Build 1. The geotags have AR annotations stuck to them, so the moment Iruo reads them, it automatically recognizes them. As a result, there are over 30 life-size gun barrels swarming the Osaki launch complex, and they're still increasing. These are our AR decoys. How do you like that, Misune? 13 minutes. The blast of the missile hitting a nearby embankment is enough to almost make me crouch down. I never experienced this kind of heat and impact before. This thing really is a weapon made for killing people. If Yoshio-kun got hit with one of those missiles while inside Super Gun Build 1, he'd die. No, not just Yoshio-kun. There's a chance a missile could hit us, too. I'm scared. My knees are shaking. But that's not all. My hands holding the laser gun mount are also trembling. Our only ray of hope are the AR decoys. Right next to me, Irie-chan and Hidaka-kun are still furiously tapping away at their phone droids. I no longer fear anything! Kojiro-san is getting amped up in the passenger seat of the truck. I know things are going as planned and all, but don't shout, Kona-chan. Jin-chan, don't cut off the power supply. That's Super Gun Build 1's lifeline. I clench my teeth and channel my strength into my knees in response. Okay, I'll do my best. If I give up now, Super Gun Build 1 won't be able to move. I have to keep shooting this laser at the antenna on the giant robot's back. That's the duty that has been entrusted to me. I need to see this through. I made a promise to Hidaka-kun. I told him that I'd work hard enough for the both of us. Super Gun Build 1 continues to advance. Meanwhile, the spider hasn't taken a single step. It's shooting missiles again. 2 again. Please don't hit us. I desperately pray to the heavens. But I don't close my eyes. If I close them, the laser beam would drift. One of the missiles hits the VAB door. The other one flies off to the lightning rod at the launch pad 2 and blows it away. They didn't hit us again. It almost feels like a miracle, and I want to cry, but I hold back tears. Too bad, Misane. I guess Sumeragi really is just a concept model. Everyone is so amazing. Exki doesn't have a history in military use hugs. Hidaka-kun theorized that Sumeragi's missiles were acquired on the black market. Kojiro-san also chimed in. Naturally, it wouldn't have a missile control system, so they probably had to substitute it with something else. When she found that Sumeragi was actually connected to Iruo, we came up with this strategy. I didn't have time, so I put this together slapdash. But right now, Sumeragi sees 20 or 30 life-size gun barrels, and the missiles automatically aim at those decoys. Of course, the person who came up with this little trick was Frau-chan for the win! Kojiro shouts like she's in the middle of playing a video game. It's thanks to her that my fears have been alleviated for a little bit. This makes it clear. The missiles from Sumeragi use image recognition guidance, making them so sophisticated ended up backfiring. Sorry about that, Misane. Your shitty missiles can't hit Super Gun Build 1. As though reacting to Yashio-kun's words, the spider fires more missiles. 4 incoming! Yashio-kun and Nagafukata-sensei driving the Thunder Emperor behind him don't stop advancing. Everything will be okay! All 4 missiles change direction and fly off to separate targets, almost as though they're trying to avoid us. Awesome, they missed again. We're getting close to the spider now. It's okay, we'll be okay. Just then, the sound of a massive explosion erupts from behind me. My back is struck with an intense blast wave and a wall of heat. Eek! Feels like I'm about to get blown away. I almost fall out of the truck bed. The inside of my head nearly goes blank. But the teachings of my dad and grandpa during training come to mind. Go forth with fortitude and vigor to achieve great virtue. I may be weak. I may have lost all my matches in the first round. But I can't afford to lose today. I need to be strong. So go forth with fortitude and vigor, Junna Daitaku. Go! I plant my feet into the bed of the truck and take a firm stance. I twist my ankle, causing a sharp pain to shoot through my leg, but who cares? I desperately hold onto the laser gun mount to restore my posture. Daitaku, make sure not to get thrown off. Got it! I've managed to get the distance between Sumeragi and I down to 30 meters. The blast wave from a single missile exploding nearby had me scared I might fall over, but I'm okay. According to the data, the missile pod in Sumeragi is loaded with 10 missiles. If that info is correct, it should only have 2 left. If I can get through this, round 1 is basically mine. I advance without fear. The spider moves its legs. It takes one step back after another, trying to put more distance between us. Like hell, you're getting away. Super Gun Build 1 is fast enough to keep up with the spider's movement. Advance! Input command. Do your thing, monopoles. The distance closes. 10 meters. But she won't fire. she going to switch to melee combat? Or did she lose the will to fight after seeing all of the decoys? She's saving those last 2 missiles? You're never gonna beat me with strats like that. Don't underestimate me, Misane. Advance! Just a few more meters and she'll be within range. It's launching its missiles! Huh? It's too close. Aki! The flow of time suddenly slows down. The missiles are slowly approaching. One of them is already turning in a totally different direction. The problem is the last missile. It's just too close to Super Gun Build 1. Before it'll be able to change course to one of the decoys, it'll slam right into me. Damn it. Did Misane calculate this? Thanks to Nochiiyo's instant response, I've managed to activate slow-mo. But considering Super Gun Build 1's specs, I won't be able to dodge at this range. It hurts to breathe. I feel like I'm suffocating. The warmth is quickly leaving my hands and feet. Yet my head is so hot that I feel like I burst a blood vessel. I'm so itchy that I want to tear at my skin. But even then, think, Kaito. How are you going to get out of this? Find a way. I read the missile's trajectory. I expand my own awareness. I make my consciousness one with the machine. I synchronize my reality with Super Gun Build 1's reality. It's gonna be a gamble. I wait on the timing. I have 4 frames. I got the angle. Pile bunker. Fire! Y, A, B, X, Y, B, B, A. Hell yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little save. Just to be safe. In case I mess something up. Which I am prone to do. I quickly input the command. The left pile bunker begins to eject from its container. It's still slow. The normal flow of time has yet to return to the world. The robot's frame shakes as the pile bunker ejects. My body also violently shakes. The tip of the pile bunker. It's a crapshoot as to whether it'll hit the missile or not. Gah. Kai! 11 minutes. I've been recording for 17 minutes, so this is a long 15 minutes. Kai! Yashio-kun! Yashio-san! Senpai! Yashio! Yashio-senpai! Looks like the missile from Sumeragi scored a direct hit on Super Gun Build 1's body. I scream as loudly as I can while trying to prevent myself from being blown away from the blast. But I immediately see that Kai is safe through my phone droid monitor. Kai, thank goodness. Just imagining Kai gone was enough to make my chest feel like it would split open. My heart's going nuts. I'm glad Kai is safe, but he looks like he's in a lot of pain. I don't know how much he suffers after an attack. Where did the other one go? The other one hit the VAB. The end of Super Gun Build 1's left pile bunker in the... oh, yeah, that was right. Has been blown to bits from stopping the missile. It's useless now. Now Kai is close to Sumeragi. So close to Sumeragi that he could probably touch it. It's within the pile bunker's range. Our strategy worked. We closed the distance on Sumeragi. But at the same time, that means we're in the range of its front leg blades. The AR decoys aren't going to help us from here on out. Kai's piloting is the only thing we can rely on. The left pile bunker's been blown away. It's useless. Way to overdo it. I've still got the right one. You sound like you're in pain. Aki-chan, If you hadn't reacted so quick, I would have died. To be honest, I didn't want to push the button. I didn't want to give Kai an attack. Yesterday, soon after returning from Uchigaoka Park with Irie, Nason, and Kai gave me... with Irie and Nason, Kai gave me the suspicious remote control. What is this thing? Let's just say it's a super secret tool made by our enemy. And now we can use it too. He said with a mischievous grin on his face as he showed me something inside his knapsack. At the time, I couldn't believe Kai would go out of his way to use such a dangerous evil weapon. But he insisted, and according to him, he needed it to defeat Misa. I want to test it and make sure it's usable in real combat. By pressing the button on the remote control will activate the device. Could you stand back a bit and try it? Wait, are you going to be the test subject? I mean, how else will I know if it works or not? I wasn't hot on the idea, but without much of a choice, I decided to help him out. Ugh. Kai had an attack. It was clear as day that this device caused it. Kai, smiling, explained that our chances of winning just went up. But Kai, never thought of anything but winning, have you? All I wanted to do was have fun playing games with you and Misa. I dropped my gaze down to the remote control in my hand. If I keep using this, Kai's stamina won't hold. The more I use it, the more his life might be in danger. Kai, this is too cruel. Why would you entrust me with something like this? Just then, I see Sumeragi slowly start to raise its body. The way it has its two front legs up makes it look like a praying mantis. Misa is serious. Kai, you can't get hit with those arms. Aki. Ugh. Again. I press the button again. Kai, how can you ask me to do this without hesitation? When I think about how much you're suffering, I want to break down into tears. Super Gun Build 1 moves with amazing accuracy and speed. It's almost as though it predicted the future and dodges Sumeragi's right blade as it comes down. The spider then immediately follows up with its left leg blade. I know Kai's gonna ask me again. He's gonna ask me to press the button. I don't want to. Kai will die. Again! My fingers holding the remote control tremble. The thought of Kai disappearing scares me so much that I can't help it. No, I can't! I unconsciously cry out. I can't press it. Ugh! Super Gun Build 1 fires its remaining pile bunker. With perfect timing, it hits the joint of the spider, spider's front legs as it swings down. He did that without slow-mo? Kai, you're incredible. Super Gun Build 1 takes a step back using the force of the recoil. Sumeragi returns its legs to the ground and pursues. Kai. Misa's going to kill him. Don't hesitate. But you'll die, Kai. If I push the button, I'll kill him. What should I do? After closing the distance, Sumeragi raises one front leg to the side. The blade gleams a bright golden yellow. It's not just a mere blade. Please run. Just as I'm about to scream those words out loud, Super Gun Build 1 takes a step towards Sumeragi. He stepped forward? I believe in you, so believe in me! That's right, I made a promise. When I accepted this remote control, I promised not to hesitate. Kai gave it to me because he believed in me. Back on the deck of the MF Anemone, he held my hand the entire time. Misa held my hand when I woke up in the hospital. I believe that Kai will be okay. That he'll save Misa. That he won't leave me alone and vanish. And that's because, like hell, I'm gonna lose. Who do you think I am? You love games and hate losing. You're the boy I loved ever since we were children. If I don't believe in Kai, who will? Super Gun Build 1's pile bunker shifts to a 45-degree angle. Sumeragi immediately swings its blade in an attempt to deny Kai's attack. My lips are super chapped. I'm gonna put... You know what? It's the finale. I can give you guys a little treat. I'm gonna put chapstick on. Live. On camera. Yum, yum. Hot dog. Sumeragi immediately swings its blade in an attempt to deny Kai's attack. Get hyped. Come on, Aki. It's now or never. Give me the courage to press this gosh darn button. Aki! I believe. Win, Kai. Aki. Bloop. When she hesitated last time, I wasn't sure what I'd do. But she came through. Thanks, Aki-chan. I never experienced using slow-mo 3 times in a row before. Feels like a bomb's exploded in my head. That's the sort of pain we're talking here. My vision is a mess. I want to shout in agony, but my voice won't come out. The spider's blade slowly moves, looking to sweep Super Gun Build 1's leg. After waiting 2 frames. Now. Y-A-B-B-B X-Y-X. I'm being very careful with these ones. Perfect timing. I predict the path of the blade approaching Super Gun Build 1's legs and fire the pile bunker. Hit it. Please hit it. Slowly, as though it's being sucked in. The tip of the pile bunker slams down into the blade from above. Pile bunker scores a direct hit on the spider's blade, which then shatters in 2. I wait for the pile bunker to retract again. The spider starts lifting its other blade. We're almost at 0 distance. Hell, we could be touching. The spider's front leg will have to take longer than normal path to swipe at me. I'll make it in time. At this range, I'm faster. Aki! The 4th time. My head throbs as if countless cockroaches are crawling around inside of it. I've lost all sensation in my legs. At this range, we're almost touching. I can see where the FOS is with my own 2 eyes. I turn slightly. I adjust the angle and facing of the pile bunker. Crush it! B, X, Y, X, X. Yay! Suckies. Fire! In this calm, dead world, there is no sound, but the impact shakes the machine's frame and my body. My shoulders dig into the seat. There's still no pain. Everything suddenly comes flooding back to me as the silent world ends. I felt that. Direct hit confirmed. You did it. Amazing. Sumeragi's core, the FOS. I scored a direct hit on the right side. With this, half the spider won't be able to move. The remaining 3 legs on the left side are still wriggling about. You just don't know when to give up, do you? In my foggy awareness, I go to finish it off with another attack. Suddenly, there's an intense release of compressed air from Sumeragi's body. Like a smokescreen, it engulfs the entire spider. The strength leaves its legs. The spider's belly virtually rips open and its body splits. From inside, a slender humanoid silhouette slowly rises up. It's abandoning the hug! There, from within the giant body of the spider, rises forth a slim bipedal robot about half the height of Supergun Build 1. That's... The smoke clears. Kaminagi. Awesome. It's so cool. Guys, eyes on the prize, please. Sorry. Kai, be careful. He once said, we won't beat them by force alone. I know that all too well. I once again turn my attention to Kaminagi's form. A jet black body, human-like arms with fingertips, slender legs. It's almost like a medieval knight in black armor. I can see why Nochiiyo was so enraptured. According to the data, Kaminagi stands a little over 5 meters tall. It's only about half the height of Supergun Build 1. Our robot is nearly twice the size. So then why is this thing projecting such an overwhelming aura? Has a monstrous presence. It's like that thing is looking at me. I can't help but tremble. But I set the pile bunker to a 45-degree angle. Aki-chan, slow-mo! Round 2 has already begun. Little does she know that as she wastes her time posing, she's already in range of my pile bunker. Input command. Accurately and without error. A, Y, B, A, Y, Y, A. Suckies. Take this, Misane. Victory is mine. Pile bunker once again fires and produces its painful recoil. But Kaminagi suddenly steps to the side. I missed? She dodged it? That reaction speed is insane. My timing should have been perfect. How did it move like that? It's so fast. This is bad. The difference in specs is worse than we thought, Senpai. I can see. That's just fine. Thanks. My heart rate is insane. Even though slow-mo is over, I still feel like I'm suffocating. Yoshio-kun, she circled around you. With a lightness to its step, Kaminagi has already made its way around Supergun Build 1. Behind me? Already? My movement speed isn't fast enough to turn around. The cockpit has a 360-degree view, but my eyes can't keep up with Misane's speed. So instead, I opt to advance and put some distance between us. But I'm not going to make it in time. I'm prepared to take a hit or two. Huh. And just as I look over, I realize Kaminagi isn't even looking at Supergun Build 1. I was completely wrong. Misane's target. It was never me. Michi, run! It's the Thunder Emperor. Don't underestimate me, Sonomiya. The Thunder Emperor suddenly takes off. The truck's 660cc engine roars. The power generator in tow topples over and sparks fly. Still, Thunder Emperor manages to skim by Kaminagi's side and drives off towards the VAB. Misane doesn't attempt to pursue them, instead choosing to keep her distance from Supergun Build 1. Misane, I thought you were better than this. I thought this was our battle. And yet she went after Michi and the others. She probably wanted to destroy our robot's power source. But they were defenseless. She knows all too well what had happened to the 5 riding that truck, damn it. Is everyone okay? I died. Yup, I'm dead. I died just now. Ugh, I'm alright. We're okay. Same here. Thank goodness. This is bad. The power generator is... Thanks to how the Thunder Emperor took off, the generator toppled over onto the ground. It's sitting in the middle of the launch complex. Useless. With the laser gun unusable, Super Gun Build 1 is switched to battery power. I'm guessing I have 5 minutes at best, eh? The laser mount is useless now. There won't be any more power. I have to hurry. Advance. I close the distance between us. Or at least I try to, but Kaminagi is too fast. While I lumber forward, she can run in circles and retreat diagonally. Sidestep and retreat. The fact that Kaminagi can do both at once means it must have amazing leg maneuverability. Kai, close the distance. I'm trying, but it's not working. I think she's trying to make this a war of attrition. You're right. For Misane and Kokomijima, if they can just buy 10 minutes of time, they can make Project Adam a success. They obviously have the overwhelming advantage in terms of machine specs. There's no reason for them to fight. We predicted this situation in our strategy meeting. They also know that we can't just attack the rocket either. They're toying with us. I didn't think you'd resort to running out the clock. Stop disappointing me, Misane. Despite my taunts, Kaminagi shows no signs of changing tactics. This is Tennoji. We've safely secured Chief Sinomiya. Ugh. Upon hearing Nasan's report, Akio perks up. Oh man, 7 minutes. This is Tennoji. We've safely secured Chief Sinomiya. Ah! The command center I'm currently in is eerily silent. We've taken control of the command center. Other than Misaki Sinomiya, all terrorists have committed suicide. What? We were prepared for a gun battle, but in the end we didn't face a single terrorist on the way here. Were you able to stop the rocket launch? I'm so sorry. No matter what we try, it won't accept the launch cancel command. Wait, but why? I don't know. No matter what we do, it won't listen to our commands. We asked Chief Sinomiya about how to deal with it, and even called the others back at the airport, but no luck. Isn't there a launch control building for large rockets next to the VAB? What about that place? It isn't being used for this launch. Chief Sinomiya holds up his own phone droid and speaks. Dad, I'm so glad you're safe. In response to Akio's words, Chief Sinomiya manages to muster a smile. When we charged in here, he was tied up and gagged and bound like that for an entire 2 days. Yet he still manages to a smile to put his daughter at ease. Dad's a real tough cookies. That rocket's launch control system should be the same as Epsilon, mobile control. But sadly, the guy in charge of that, Fujishiro-kun, his PC is being blocked online. It can't be accessed. The current rights holder is Kokomijima. What? What a fascinating conversation. An unfamiliar voice rings out from my phone droid speakers. Is this Misaki Sinomiya? I glance over at Chief Sinomiya's face to check his expression. He has such a sad look in his eyes. But now you understand. You cannot stop the rocket launch. Although I applaud you for neutralizing Sumeragi. This is the end. You're out of options. Just relax and watch the launch from there. The members of the Robot Club are at a loss for words. And I have to be the bearer of even worse news. Kaito, Akio, everyone in the Robot Club. Starting now, you're no longer the decoy team. You're the only ones who can save the world now. Please forgive us adults for not being able to take responsibility, for putting this heavy burden on you all. No matter what you decide to do, I'll follow you to the end. Nobody will blame you if you choose to... Could you hush up for a hot second, Nason? Huh? I'm surprised. Choose to what? Run away? Like hell we will. I'm here for one reason and one reason alone. To be number one. to settle things with Misane after 7 long years. Do you know how hyped up I am right now? Yashio-kun. I'm getting wet. Absolute nonsense, but by and large, I agree. Sometimes folks just gotta do what they gotta do. Pro tip. Kai, let's win. Let's beat Misa. I wouldn't have it any other way. Huh, these kids are something else. They're so strong. None of them are losing to this insane pressure. They all believe what they've made, what they've done. Good luck. Akiho. I'm sorry, Dad. We might not be able to save Misa. Just be safe, Chief Sonomiya says as he taps the log out button. There's nothing else we can do. All that's left is to believe in the Robot Club. You can do it, everyone. After hearing Nason's report, I bite down hard on my lip. Either a rocket launches first or Super Gun Build 1 runs out of power. X minus 5 minutes. Yo, I heard it all. Looks like Unit C is not going to get the chance to shine. Charge in, Doc. Can't hold anything back now. Got it. Just hold your horses. Yashio-senpai, do you have a plan? Of course not. I have no way of catching up with her. Even now, I just keep advancing, turning a little, and advancing again, over and over. But Kaminagi is gaining distance faster than I can move. I figured as much. So, Subaru-kun, what's your secret plan? I've got nothing, unfortunately. I figured. Fraubo, could you set the leg motor output to full and speed it up or something? Don't be unreasonable, SMH. This isn't something I can fix with programming. We should have installed the transformation mechanism from Gunval Axel Impact. There's no way we could have done something like that with the time we had. Jun, any super awesome karate attacks we can use? I've got nothing. Irie, how's the weather looking? What about a lightning strike? According to today's weather report, it's going to be bright and sunny. I just have to get close. My only hope is to get in and use the pile bunker. Advance. But Kaminagi keeps gaining distance. I feel like a sheepdog. All I can do is carefully choose my route so that I can maybe force Kaminagi into a corner. But Misane can see right through me. Since it's so slow, Super Gun Build 1 can't even imitate a sheepdog. Suddenly, Kaminagi stops. Thought I'd forced it in front of the VAB doors, but it suddenly drops its hips. Then it comes charging straight at me. Aki! Slow-mo brings the world to a crawl. I try to aim my pile bunker at Kaminagi as it approaches me. However, even though my inputs are fast and accurate, the robot's speed is as slow as ever. This is extremely frustrating. Entering slow-mo makes Super Gun Build 1's speed even more conspicuous, even enough to annoy me. My brain and lungs are desperate for oxygen, but they refuse to breathe. My hands and feet are cold, but the inside of my chest is burning hot. My instincts are screaming at me, but my senses, as a fighting game player, tell me to win, moving my fingers. And yet... I knew it. It's not enough. The pile bunker whiffs. Kaminagi slips past my side. Flashlight puts space between us and stops in front of Sumeragi's wreckage. Kaminagi could have attacked just now. I think she's watching out for a counterattack. Regardless of how mobile Kaminagi is, it still has to stop before attacking. Super Gun Build 1 could attack in that moment, even if it took damage too. She wants to avoid that. Misa! Is Kokomijima there? I am Kokomijima. What? If you want to take control away from me, you must kill me. Kaminagi tears the front leg off the wreckage of Sumeragi and raises it up. It removes the armor and transforms the leg into a giant sword the same height as Kaminagi. Now it looks even more like a knight, but she still shows no intention of attacking me. As long as I don't move, she won't move either. That seems to be the plan. She's playing the waiting game. Does she really want to kill 5 billion people that badly? I'm here chipping time off my own lifespan just to fight her. You're telling me I still can't beat her? I still can't win? Is she gonna keep toying with me like she always has, all the way until the very end? Was everything I did over the last 7 years for nothing? Is Misane still out of reach? 3 minutes. Yashio-senpai and Kaminagi stare each other down. Just as sexual harassment sensei next to me hits his steering wheel with frustration. A call from a number I don't recognize pops up on my phone droid. Whose number is this again? I think a little. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh. Fudogori, don't play around at a time like this. That's not it. Sawada-kyun Kutkur. Sawada? Let me connect. Looks like I made it in time. Sorry to keep you waiting. The anti-Kokomijima virus is ready. It's designed to work together with DG-297 3rd Edition app. However, you need to fulfill a condition in order for it to take effect. The virus is only effective when used while the AR Kokomijima is visible. You have to apply it once, and it'll do its job. That's all. The rest is in your hands. Lol, what? Did he seriously make us wait and like, lol, that's all he had to say, Lamau? But I guess that's what makes Sawada-kyun so cute. Dude is definitely not interested in the opposite sex. Bet his coworkers think he's gay. That's my woman's intuition talking. Nothing wrong with that. He's gotta be visible? Come on. I can't see Kaminagi's pilot seat from the outside. Then we have to find a way to pry open the chest hatch. But she's not even trying to attack us. If we use the virus, we won't have to kill Misa. Kai. We're gonna do this. Whoa, Yashio-senpai is Terra motivated. Kona-chan, is the virus good to go at any time? Sawada-kyun lectured me about how to integrate the virus into the system before. What of it? I can integrate it right away, but it'll require a reboot. During that time, Super Gun Build 1 won't be able to move. How much time will it take? About a minute. If it takes that long, we're gonna lose. But they're just standing still too. As long as they don't notice we're up to something, this stare down could last the entire reboot. I begin to work at integrating the virus as the conversation continues. I know for sure that Yashio-senpai will do it, even if it means pushing himself. I'm in. Just like how he saved me in Gunveil before. I'll take that bet, Kona-chan. Reboot time. See, told you so. It's all so predictable that I unconsciously grin. But Kai, what if she figures it out? How long until the launch? X minus 3 minutes. This is our last shot. Ugh. Aki-chan. Fraubo, do it. Good choice. Yashio-senpai and Press-senpai are being all flirty. Ugh, I'm jealous. As I think about wanting to join in, I furiously tap away at the phone droid resting on my knees. Program update incoming. Program update incomplete. Frau Chan is just too genius, lol. It's time for a system reboot. During the next minute, nobody will be able to do anything. All we can do is wait. Kai, don't worry. We'll protect you for this 1 minute. Prez Senpai said. Well, it's kind of embarrassing, but it also makes me a little happy. Alright, I'm shutting down the kill ballad system. I tap my phone droid with my finger. It's as if I'm praying to the powers that be. The kill ballad system on my phone droid looks like it's frozen. It's not working. For the next minute, I can't move Super Gun Build 1 an inch. I'm totally defenseless. My fingers are trembling. I clench my fists in hope of keeping the shakes down. A wheezing sound comes from the back of my throat. Both my body and mind want more air. There's an intense pressure in my chest causing me pain. My pulse is still out of control. My entire body is drenched in sweat. I can feel the blood vessels in my body pulsating. Feels like the blood inside me is boiling. Each pulse feels like being stabbed with countless needles thinner than grains of sand. It's as if I'm drenched in blood. It's like I'm gonna lose my mind. I repeatedly open and close my fingers. Over and over. I keep it until the trembling stops. There are bottles of fruit sour melon all over the floor. I pick one up, open the seal, and chug it. It's only then that I realize my throat was dry this whole time. The refreshing melon taste fills my mouth. It's quiet. I take a peek outside through the viewing window. Kaminagi remains still. Has she not noticed? Please don't notice. Please, please. If she does, it's over. I hate that all I can do is pray. Come on, hurry up. This 1 minute feels like an eternity. Kaminagi takes a single step toward me. That might be Misane's way of verifying the situation. She wants to see how I'll react. I check my phone droid. The system still hasn't rebooted. I have no idea how many seconds are left, which means all I can do is just sit here. Kaminagi takes a second step. This time seems much more confident. Still can't move. Then Kaminagi slowly raises its giant blade it's holding. It takes an open-bodied stance. Shit, she noticed. A third step. She begins to charge. She's coming straight at me. Kaminagi's movement is nothing like that of a robot's. Misane, are you looking at me? Are you thinking about driving a powerful combo into me? I sit down deeply in my seat. If you are, then bring it. I'll take you on all day, Misane. No! Ugh. Akio drives her scooter between Super Gun Build 1 and Kaminagi. Stop it, Misa! You idiot! Does she really think a scooter can stop that thing? You're just gonna get yourself killed. Akiho. Kaminagi responds unexpectedly. Despite being mid-charge, it pitches forward and comes to a stop, right in front of Akiho, about 5 meters away from her. She stopped? Misa! Is Misane still somewhere in there? Just then, multiple trucks come driving into the launch complex. They push forward as though to shield me. The trucks stop in front of Kaminagi. It's docked Unit C. They're honking up a storm. System rebooted. That's what I'm talking about. I hold my phone droid up to my chest height. The boot screen displays for a few seconds, then returns to the camera feed. Down at my feet, I can see Akio and the trucks in front of me is Kaminagi. Round 3. Everyone get out of here. Akio and the trucks retreat from between Misane and I, almost like a receding wave. In their place, I advance. 1 step. 2 steps. There's nothing in my way anymore. X minus 2 minutes. Kaminagi sees me start to move and begins retreating, putting more distance between us again. You're still running? I grit and grind my teeth. Misane, I shout out. What happened to your right stuff? You better believe I'm not who I used to be. I'm not gonna lose, not even to you. So how about it? How about you stop acting like a goddamn chicken? It stops. Kaminagi's retreating legs stop. They're no longer moving. This is it. It all ends here. Kai. She spoke. You think you're gonna take the top spot from me? You really think you can win? Don't make me laugh. A chill runs down my spine. This is it. This is the Misane that only I know. And how about you come and stop me, just like the good old days? Advanced command. What? Too old to stay on the attack? You've lost your edge, Misane. Come and attack me. Show me that cool expression you always made as you battered me down. I know better. I know the kind face you put on in TV appearances isn't you. Advanced command. You're just an immature little girl who beat the living hell out of her childhood friend in games. You mercilessly belittled your sister in an attempt to get her to catch up to you, you damn sadist. What? You're a girl, yet you're obsessed with robot anime. You legit decided to build a giant robot in the middle of nowhere and dragged everyone into your dumb dream. Advanced command. Kaminagi was retreating before, but now it's advancing. We're about 10 meters apart. She'll be in range for the next step. My pile bunker's range, that is. But I'll also be in range of her blade. Kai! If you keep up that trash talk, I'm gonna smash you into dust! I'm getting hyped. I naturally start to smile. It's like I'm tripping out. Same high I get when I face a tough opponent. That feeling of my brain juices overflowing as I get hyped up. Of course, Misane was the first person to teach me this feeling. Talk is cheap. For the last 7 years, I've dreamed of beating her. I know this is a worthless dream. I know it won't benefit me in the future. It's entirely for my own self-satisfaction. But even still, it's my dream. I've come this far just for this. Advance command. I take a step. The last step. Misane does the same. She doesn't try to pull back. Now that's the Misane I know. Misane? You little... Kaminagi leaps up. Its body's about level with my cockpit. It's already swinging its blade down. Please, 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 hang in there, paper armor. This is as true a 1 versus 1 match as possible. The cockpit shakes. The impact feels like my head got hit with a hammer. Aki! Time slows down. Nonetheless, Kaminagi's blade slowly begins to cut into the cockpit. I can see the giant blade of death approaching my body. In less than 5 seconds, my body is going to be splattered all over the walls. The intense pain makes me want to writhe about. I feel blood start to trickle from my forehead. Even the pain is being stretched out. It's like my whole body is being twisted around, like I'm being ripped apart. All 5 of my senses are preoccupied with the pain. Ugh. But none of that matters. You stopped, didn't you? You stopped moving, Misane. Lose the battle to win the war, eh? The blade sinks into Super Gun Build 1's body. As long as she holds it in, Kaminagi can't move. Perfect. I feel like grinning as I punch in the command. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Get a taste of my pile bunker. I speedily input the command. Perfect. No mistakes. It's over. However, Kaminagi does something I didn't expect. It's like she knew what I was thinking. She lets go of the blade. I exit slow-mo. The pile bunker whiffs. Kaminagi lands on the ground. It's thanks to her swift thinking that I'm not dead, but still. Did she read my mind? Damn it. I'm not done yet. I hurriedly punch in an advance command. Super Gun Build 1's thick legs takes a step forward. I'm virtually on top of Kaminagi. An advance at this range is effectively a kick. Or it should have been. Kaminagi once again reacts with insane timing and precision. As soon as it lands on the ground, it smoothly leaps backwards. After dodging the kick, she tries to gain distance again. X minus 1 minute. She's gaining distance. Kaminagi is pulling away. 10 meters. 20 meters. She's using her high jump to flee. She gets away now, I'll never make it in time. Think. Your next move. While advancing, Super Gun Build 1 slightly leans forward. Ah. That's right. My trump card. I've got a single attack that'll work in this 1 to 2 second block of time. Aki! As soon as I shout, the world goes silent. I find myself in a cold, unwelcoming space. Kaminagi is right in front of me. It's currently in midair performing one of its high jumps. There's 20 meters between us. The pile bunker can't cover that distance, with one exception. You can only use it once, and once you do, the pile bunker will be useless. Right now. This is the moment. I can land the hit. My Super Gun Build 1's gun barrel full force all out attack! B A X B A Y B A Y B A B A B. Whew. The flow of time resumes. Before me is Kaminagi. I'm locked and loaded. The command's already been input. Now go! Gunval Onk Striker! The pile bunker launches at high speed. Once it extends out of its casting, it doesn't stop. It becomes a flying spear. Now, no, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta do it right. This is Gunvaral's ultimate rocket punch. It easily covers the 20-meter distance to Kaminagi, who's currently incapable of moving midair. A direct hit. With its much smaller stature, Kaminagi collides with the punch in midair, loses balance, and crashes down. Even the Gunval Onk Striker isn't powerful enough to break through its armor. But that hit definitely worked. Kaminagi's one decisive weakness. The fact that the pilot hatch is on the front, and said hatch is connected directly to the monitor. It's now dented inwards. I shot my rocket punch right at the spot on the hatch's weakest to blunt force. Of course it dented. Remaining battery, 0. That's used all the power up. Super Gun Build 1 has stopped moving. I don't care. I don't need this robot anymore. Your move, Misane. Your eyes, your cockpit monitor should be busted. Which means you have one option. Kaminagi's hatch opens. The cockpit is exposed. And there, clad in a tight black pilot suit, is Misane. She slowly removes her cracked helmet, letting her long hair out to blow in the wind. Misa! Her eyes, they're looking straight up at me. The fighting spirit in those eyes is as strong as ever, even with her sight crushed and the hatch open. X minus 30 seconds. Less than 30 seconds remaining until launch. She's still more than willing to fight. In fact, she looks kinda angry. She's probably upset that she took a hit from the opponent she underestimated. That's right. She's not some perfect, beautiful girl. The Misane that the world sees isn't the real one. I know who she is. She's that terrifying wall that stands in front of me. The woman who would show me no mercy, crushing me without giving it a second thought. She was a cold show-off who always go around corpse-kicking me. A truly immense wall. The very same wall that I sought to overcome. The wall I always wanted to climb over. Kokumijima spotted. There he is, hovering over Misane. Kokumijima is like some kind of ghost. X minus 20 seconds. Yashio-san. Yashio-senpai. Yashio. Senpai. Yashio-kun. Kai. This is the end. I'll bury the dead here and now. Aki-chan. Kai. Time goes still. I focus my aim. The fingers that were shaking only moments ago are now completely still. My heart is strangely calm. 20 seconds left. I can already picture a victory in my mind. Now, it's time to unleash the finishing blow. Why? Inject virus. Kai. It's like a shock to the system. The flow of time still hasn't gone back to normal. During slow-mo, all sound should be gone. Yet this soundless world. Just now, I swear I heard Misane's voice. Thank you. Misane. She's smiling. Serenely, happily. She's looking at me and smiling. Long ago, back when I was still a kid, she gave me that same gentle smile when we played Uchikawoka Park waiting for a rocket launch. Misane. Sound returns to my world. The virus is shaped like a missile in AR. It flies straight into the cockpit of the Kaminagi. Misane shouldn't be able to see it, and yet she doesn't avert her gaze. It's like she's accepting the attack herself. She doesn't tremble in fear, she simply smiles. Direct hit on Kokumijima. What about the controls? Access rights are no longer with Kokumijima. Nei-san, stop the launch countdown. I set my gauge to the black one sitting on LP1. Everyone holds their breath, waiting to see what happens. Did we make it in time? What happened? These few seconds feel like an eternity. X plus 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Plus means this is Tennoji. The launch cancel command went through. The rocket is grounded. Mission accomplished. We did it. We did it, Kai. What about Misane? I look down at the fallen Kaminagi. Inside of its open cockpit, Misane lies limp, unconscious. Right next to her stands Kokumijima, calm and composed. Even as his body is crumbling and falling apart, it looks like the virus is working. Yet for some reason, Kokumijima is smiling calmly, just like Misane earlier. His voice is by no means loud, but I can hear it clearly from my phone droid. So close. How unfortunate. I don't think that this is the end. A second, perhaps even third me will likely appear elsewhere in the world soon. Things might have worked out for you this time, but there's no guarantee that that'll be the case every time. It doesn't matter. I don't think my words would reach him. but I can't not say it. I hear justice always wins. Does it now? Yeah. Last half century and more of robot anime have taught us that. Duh. There's no way we'll lose. So says our club president anyway. I see. Perhaps she's right. He whispers something of a bitter smile on his face. And so, Kokumijima fades into dust. Akio nearly trips over herself, rushing to Kamanagi's cockpit. She gently places her ear against Misane's chest. She's alive. Hey Kai. Misa's okay. My head is throbbing. The cockpit has seen better days. If I was just a little late, I would have been sliced clean in half. I wipe the blood flowing through my forehead with my hand. My heart is beating so intensely that I feel like it could burst at any moment. My whole body is numb. I can't even hold up my phone droid. I sprawl out on top of the seat and take deep breaths. I don't really feel especially moved over becoming number one, but I am satisfied that I beat Misane. I absent-mindedly gaze out at the horizon through my phone droid. It's time to go home. Everyone is waiting. The last 3 days, as long and turbulent as they've been, have finally come to an end. The wind feels amazing. I honestly feels like the wind is always blowing on Tanegashima. The trailer with Super Gun Build 1 loaded on it advances slowly down the national highway, no cars in sight. Compared to Michi driving the Thunder Emperor, Doc's driving is infinitely more comfy. We're riding along with the robot in the cargo bed and feel no fear, but we don't have the energy for that. With the battle over, everyone's dead tired. I'm bleeding from my head. My whole body hurts. It's like being torn apart thanks to the repeated slow-mo uses. Said successive attacks have completely busted me up. I had the craziest nosebleed earlier. If I don't get some serious rest, I'm probably gonna die. Thanks to the missile blasts, both Irie and Junna's clothes and faces are covered in soot. Oh, by the by, Super Gun Build 1 is the most damaged of all of us. Its body's been crushed and ripped wide open. The end of the left pile bunker has been smashed in. The right pile bunker flew off somewhere and still hasn't been recovered. All things considered, this papier-mâché robot did one hell of a job. We left cleanup at the TNSC to Uncle Sonomiya. Right now, the JAXA folks are headed over, so they've got it handled. We left the wreckage of Sumeragi and Kaminagi at the Osaki launch complex. The police will recover them at a later date. Black 1 didn't get to space. In the end, we managed to save the whole damn world. Not that I was trying to be a hero or anything. I just don't like it when things get all loud and crazy. Aki-chan, thanks for that. Huh? For what? The button. You pushed it without hesitation. Yeah, but my heart hurt every time I did. The only reason I could do it is because you believed in me. I'm grateful for that. I'm glad I trusted you. Yeah. But don't do something crazy like that ever again. Hey, you guys, look at Tweepo. Seriously. Frau's looking at her phone droid when she suddenly shouts at us. This festival's ridic. Festival? I know she wants us to check out our phone droids, but I'm seriously too dead to even do that. What's going on? Everyone's thanking us. Subaru's sitting in such a way as to protect his legs. He starts explaining things to us. They're telling us we did a good job, bravo, etc. Nagafukada-sensei live-streamed the whole thing, right? Listen up and remember well, recording things is one of my favorite pastimes. Pro tip. Shut up, Mitsuhiko. Listening to you makes me want to take a nap. Doc shoots his spicy reply at Michi from the driver's seat. Hee-ho, hee-ho, hee-ho. Nagafukada-sensei is so funny. Nason cheerfully laughs alongside Irie. Anyway, about 1 million people watched the live stream. They're all writing congratulatory comments and the like. It's abnormal for 1 million people to gather up like that. Never seen a live stream with that many viewers. It looks like most of them didn't really understand what was going on. Some thought it was a promotion for an action film. Well, it really did seem like a film. I have no idea if the live stream will help or not, but some of the chaos around the world should die down now. Kokamijima, the mastermind behind it all, is gone. I turn my eyes towards Misane, still asleep, leaning on Michi's shoulder. She has yet to wake up. It's possible that she may never wake up again. Hey, Kai. But I lost consciousness during the MF Anemone incident. Misa held my hand the entire time. Akio gazes lovingly at her sister's face. I want to stay with her until she wakes up too. And when she does, I'll tell her. I love you, Misa. Sounds good to me. Both Akio and I wanted to bring Misane to the hangar. In order to protect us, she chose to become the enemy of the world. That's a crime that can never be forgiven. But after 7 long years, she's finally home. The place where the robot club, the thing Misane created, was born. We wanted to bring her there. Silence has returned to Nakatane Cho. It's a similar vibe to when we first sortied. But now everyone should know that the threat is gone. Did everyone who evacuated head back home? We haven't encountered a single car on the way back. Where did everyone go? It all clicks the moment we arrive at the old airport. Hey! Just now, did you hear a voice? Hey! Ah, I heard it too. It came from the runway. Look over there! Akio leans out from the cargo bed and points forward. There. Everyone is together. They were waiting for us. Everyone is smiling, welcoming the Robot Club and Super Gun Build 1 home. Little kids, students from our school, men and women, old grandmas and grandpas, JAXA employees, Subaru's dad, my parents, the vice principal, Mr. Candy. Everyone is waving at us. We still have a place to go home to. What more could we want? Ah, Akiho, that's a famous quote. Heh. Come on, folks, you should wave back. Hey, we're back! Duh, but I refuse. We're home. Hey, Misa. Look at all the people welcoming us. They're all glad we're back. I hope you can hear it too. Ladies and... Oh, hey Misane. Our dream. Our robot. Became this world's hope. We protected everyone's smiles. Jesus Christ. Aw, man. Oh, man. It's over. I actually did it. After, like, what, 9 months? 9 entire months? Jesus Christ. Whew. Oh man. What am I gonna do with my life now? Whoa. It's just so weird. This has been like my life for 3/4 of a year. Whew. Oh man. Takeshi Abo. Man. This channel's about to get real quiet. What are we gonna do now? We did robotics notes like Animal Crossing. What do I do now? JAXA, the Central T-Robot Club, Sustainable Robotics, Kadokawa Corporation, PlayStation, in the credits of the Nintendo Switch version, Cryware, Director, Toshi, Producer, that guy, General Producer, Chiyamaru Shikura. Mages and Nitro Plus. Spike Chunk Soft. Science Adventure Team. Ah! I dropped my chapstick. Chiyamaru Studio. Nitro Plus. Five PP. Phase 12 cleared. And that was the final episode of Robotics Notes Elite Like Animal Crossing. I will see you all whenever I see you next for something else. But for now, one last time, Nochiiyo!